We were promised a Battlestar Galactica movie and television series, but it looks like both are dead in the water. Welcome to Sidetrack, your sci-fi TV movie channel. NBC Universal have been trying to get us a Battlestar Galactica movie for bloody years, but we're still waiting. It hasn't happened yet. Currently, though, on IMDb, the Battlestar Galactica reboot movie is still listed as an active project for Simon Kinberg, with quite a few other projects, I have to say. The Lift as a producer, Haunting in Venice as an executive producer, Deadpool 3 as a producer, Sugar as an executive producer, The Wayland Project as a producer, Here Comes the Flood, The Running Man, Artemis, Necromancer, Luna Park, Osterman Weekend, Rust, The Caves of Steel, but actually it goes on and on. Logan's Run, that'll be interesting. Battlestar Galactica towards the bottom, I Am Not Alone. It just goes on and on and on. A project called Red Shirt. Beware the Star Trek movie where everyone dies, probably. My point there being that Simon Kinberg is a very busy producer. He has lots of projects on his slate, and Battlestar Galactica looks like it's no longer one of them. The movie currently is not a priority for Universal, and I am being told by people that work in and around the industry that it's not going to happen anytime soon. That a hard reboot of the Battlestar Galactica story for the big screen is still a distinct possibility, but not anytime soon. This was a project that was actually supposed to be in the cinemas this year. But thanks to COVID and then just a change in priorities for Universal, it doesn't look like we're getting the movie. Now, that movie was supposed to be a hard reboot retelling of the original story. So it would be the attack from the Cylons, the Galactica and a fleet of colonial vessels escaping and trying to survive the onslaught. I just want you to keep that in mind as I tell you about the Sam Ismail plan for the TV series that NBC over at Peacock were also going to be producing. So this got greenlit in 2019, just before COVID, like so many other projects that are now stuck in development hell. But Sam Ismail has updated us a couple of times since, and he said that this project was still on the cards and it was still happening. He says that this series was going to be done with a synergy between the series and the movie, that they were going to share a universe. And 100%, he tweeted, this would not be a reboot of Ronald D. Moore's Battlestar Galactica because why mess with perfection? Now, colour me confused, but how can the movie be a hard reboot, this TV series be done within synergy of it, but not be a hard reboot? Never did quite get my head around that, but I think it does show that there's an element of confusion around these projects, even from day one. They didn't really quite know what they were actually wanting to do with the Battlestar Galactica franchise. They didn't even seem to know what they were being asked to do by the studios. What Kinberg and Ismail were saying didn't make sense from day one. And now it looks like that confusion has led to cancellation because it doesn't look like we're going to be getting the TV series or the movie, like I say. But why has this happened? Partly it's COVID. Partly it was happened that these things were greenlit in 2019 and then basically the world stopped for 18 months. That's not helped several projects. You know, obviously here on Sidetrack, and if you're a regular Sidetracker, we talk about Stargate a lot. If it wasn't for COVID, we'd currently be on our third season of Brad Wright's Stargate Return. Just think about that for a second. We'd have at least watched 3 seasons already. We'd be looking forward to our 4th with Brad Wright at the helm. COVID took a lot away from us, but the fact that it took Stargate away from me with Brad Wright really stings. Unfortunately, it seems to have had a similar impact to Battlestar Galactica. They really were pushing for this project, and Sam Ismail has lost people along the way. A couple of the co-writers and producers that were signed on in 2019 have moved on to other projects. It really is Sam on his own. But even now, Sam is looking at moving on to other projects as well. A person that works really closely with a big marketing agency in Hollywood said that there was conversations between Sam and the production company about 6 months ago. Apparently Sam at that point was still hopeful it was supposed to have started by now. Now, very recently, within the last couple of weeks, there was another meeting between Sam Esmail and this similar production company, and they were talking about marketing some other projects that Sam Esmail has been involved in. Battlestar Galactica was mentioned, and Sam Esmail said, "We just need to put that at the back of the list for now." Now, that is not a straight up cancellation, but in terms of Hollywood and the way Hollywood works, it really means it's stuck in development hell. It really means that it's not going to be happening this year, 100%. And it probably isn't going to happen anytime soon, or definitely not at very least with the people currently attached. So, Sam Esmail, who brought us Mr. Robot, a great series I absolutely adored, is probably not going to get a crack at the whip of Battlestar Galactica. Now, I could actually see that when the Battlestar Galactica movie finally gets made, that Kinberg will probably be involved because, as you can see from the list of movies, etc., he's producing right now, he's producing everything. So why wouldn't he be? But Sam Esmail, you've missed your chance. Guys, get to the comments and tell me what you think about this news that we're almost certainly not going to be getting the Battlestar Galactica reboot we were promised. Was it a confused project from day one that was doomed to fail? Because let's be honest, look, we've all worked in offices and jobs and things like that. When a new project comes along and the bosses are telling you about it and you can't quite figure out what the hell they're talking about or it doesn't really quite make sense, it's very clear that there isn't a plan. And when there isn't a plan, these projects seem to be doomed to fail. Get into the comments and tell me exactly what you think. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out and you'll never miss any of our new videos. Also, you can go to patreon.com/SciTrek, where most of our new videos appear first. And for a small contribution each month that really supports the channel, you can see them first and without any of the adverts. As always, please stay safe. I'll see you next time.